Are humans immortal? Can we live after death? The answer is no. For centuries, many people have looked for the key to eternal life, but it appears that, at least to some extent, our animal friends has already discovered it. As a result, we've produced a list of the top 10 animals that can survive after death. If you want to be stunned and amazed, watch this video to the end, subscribe to the channel, grab some crunchy snacks, and let's go. 10. Bees. Bees are included on this list for a reason. Even if a bee is dead, it can still sting you, just not in the way you think. Dead bees can't actively strike you because they are obviously unable to move around and do so. The problem is that even if the bee is long dead, their sting and the mechanism for delivering venom will continue to function. When a bee stings, the sting detaches from the bee's body and embeds itself in the victim's skin. A little organ that houses the venom and a tiny muscle that releases it are connected to this object. So therefore, it is dangerous to pick up a dead bee since the bee's actions are not controlled by its brain but rather by automatic impulses. 9. Cockroaches. They are known for their great perseverance. Cockroaches are frequently regarded as the species most likely to survive a nuclear war. They are capable of continuing to survive without their heads for 2 weeks. How then can these bugs manage to survive after being beheaded? When the heads of cockroaches are cut off, they don't bleed heavily like a human would. If their head pops off, the wound will naturally become visible owing to clotting because they have an open circulatory system, which translates to little to no blood pressure. A headless cockroach won't starve to death for weeks, even if that's eventually what will happen to them. 8. Chicken. Of course, chicken made its way to our list. It's quite fascinating to see chicken run around with their heads cut off. However, there is an explanation. Human error, specifically a butcher's error, is what caused the problem. Compared to humans, chickens have a fundamentally distinct central nervous system, and several of their essential biological processes are managed by specific regions of the brainstem rather than the brain itself. Therefore, when a butcher slices a chicken's head too high, the brainstem and cerebellum are typically left intact and only the forebrain of the chicken is removed along with the head. 7. Octopus. The reason an octopus keeps moving after being dissected is due to its unusual central nerve system. Octopus's ability to move even after having their arms amputated is pretty remarkable. 2 out of every 3 of an octopus's nerve cells are located in the tentacles. And even if they are no longer attached to the main brain, these arms can still respond to stimuli. In fact, they do so long after the octopus has passed away. These motions may continue for up to a week following the octopus's death. 6. Frogs. Frogs have been found to move even after their brains have stopped functioning. The most astounding of all is that it will even croak intently if you stroke its back. If you squeeze its feet, it will hop away. If you put it in water, it will swim to the side and climb out. The ability of the reflex reaction, which fires the required electrical impulses to enable a muscle to expand or contract, is what causes the frog's zombie-like characteristics. 5. Salamanders. Long life and immortality have historically been associated with salamanders. Salamanders possess the amazing ability to regenerate any body part that has been amputated. These regrown parts really perform similarly to, or in some cases even better than, the original parts. This is mainly due to a unique protein present in salamanders that speeds up cell replication. A smaller amount of this protein is also present in humans. 4. Flies. Flies are able to enter a state of suspended sleep and endure sub-freezing temperatures. After providing them with heat, they can be frozen for days before returning to their original state. Female flies may perform complicated motions including preening and flying as well as continuing to survive for several days after being beheaded. These beheaded females take an upright stance similar to that of a regular fly. 3. Turtles. Fish, reptiles, birds, and mammals all have pacemaker cells in their hearts that take over when the brainstem fails to send signals. It somehow ensures that the heart continues to beat even after the brain has shut down. However, the turtle took it to a completely different level, and this is because their heart is deprived of the oxygen and nutrients that the blood normally provides. Their hearts have their own fuel supply in addition to their body's extraordinary capacity for producing energy without oxygen, and they just won't give up until every last fill-up of it has been used up. 2. Snakes. Snakes can still kill you even after having their heads chopped off because their heads still have fangs, and their poison sacs can still bite you and inject you with deadly venom even though they are no longer connected to the rest of the snake's body. The snake contains heat-sensitive pits on either side of its face that it uses to identify threats. These heat-sensitive pits can now continue to function for hours after a threat has been eliminated. This indicates that even though it appears to be dead, the snake's head will continue to defend itself and may bite you if you approach it or attempt to pick it up. 1. Flatworms. Flatworms, also known as planarians, are known as masters of regeneration because they are able to regenerate any body component after being amputated. When one is divided in half, the tail portion develops a head and the head portion the tail. Cut it into 20 pieces, and you'll get 20 new worms that are identical replicas of the first. Scientists from Nottingham University have taken advantage of this and produced a colony of more than 20,000 worms. The startling fact is that they are all descended from a single original, whose body and organs do not seem to age. They are certain that a single, non-dividing worm would live indefinitely without infection or other sickness. They therefore exist alongside us as basically immortal beings. If you found this video amazing and helpful, please make use of the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification icon so you won't miss out on our amazing videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.